Okay, it says live.
Yep, that means it's recording.
Okay, great.
You
Thanks,
did
everyone.
it.
This is great. Thanks, Kristen, for teaching us this.
No problem.
All right. Okay, so this Hangout session is supposed to be for MP4.
Yeah.
Um, has anyone been able to complete MP4?
Yes.
I've done it.
Well,
I have.
I just got to start it today because um, I took last night to finish up the assignment, and because I work during the day, I only have after work to do my work. So,
Mhm.
so I haven't caught up with all of it yet. I've spent most of the time researching the temples, and when trying to find the information, accurate information for the specific dates that they were constructed and which prophet presided over their construction.
Mhm.
Um, I think I came up with 155. I don't know what's the correct figure. Up to 2017.
I think I had 159 on mine.
Yeah, that's actually one of the questions that I have, because I have 160 on the 1st
Mhm.
one, on the presiding prophets, and on the
Mhm.
second one I got 154. So I don't know if it's from where we're taking the information that it might be different.
Yes, I think I think the figures themselves are not necessarily the most important thing. It's how we present the data in the different charts and so on, and the methods that we use to present it.
So, I have a question. How are you guys doing, like the original Nauvoo and the Kirtland? Because those ones are no longer in operation. So, are you like zeroing that out when like the original Nauvoo got burned?
Well, I would well, this is what I would do. I would still count them because ordinances were performed in them, even though they were taken away or destroyed. So they still count. I think they still have eternal uh, an effect on people's souls. That's my opinion.
So, do you is your question to see how you're going to present it on the chart one with presiding prophets or operating temples?
So I
of-
have it. I have it on my chart one, like
Mhm.
as like it was dedicated because it was dedicated,
Correct.
and they were. But like the second chart asks for temples in operation.
Correct.
And right now, the Kirtland Temple is owned by a different church, and the original Nauvoo is not in operation. So I've counted the other Nauvoo that we have in operation, but the original Nauvoo was burned down and is no longer in operation. So that's just how I don't know how to handle that one. So I've counted them in the original, like that they were dedicated by the presiding prophets, but I don't know really, like if I zero them back out, like after, because I was reading about the Kirtland Temple, and 2 years after it was built and dedicated, the saints left, and they used it for like public events, and they used it to like farm or to like house animals, and they used it as a school. So it was no longer in operation as a temple. And then 2 years after the Nauvoo temple was dedicated, it was burned down. So that's just how I don't know like where to like put that in operation.
I counted them just because of the note that Sister Cochran put, where it says hint 1825 should show 0, and then
Right.
she put 1836 should show only one temple, which is the Kirtland temple. And then she went that because she put it there as a hint. That is why I left it in.
Okay.
Just because she mentioned it there, one has to be 0, the other one, and then it started with St. George, and then 2. That's why I left it there.
Okay.
And I think,
I
I'm
think,
sorry.
I think that's correct, Nelvi.
And I think she mentioned something on the instructions, kind of she left it to us whether or not we wanted to put it or not. So I think either way, it will be fine.
Okay.
But maybe that is one of the reasons why we have it differently. I just left everything as she put it on the note there. And I got, my total is 154 on that one.
Okay.
On sheet 2?
On sheet 2, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good stuff. What I wanted to know is, does anyone in the group have a recommended list or recommended site or web page to get this information from?
I got mine through ldschurchtemples.org on chronological.
That's where I got mine too.
That's why you got yours. I think it's pretty. I mean, it's very informative. It has everything there, and you can
all the dates and everything.
dates and everything. So it was kind of easier to follow. What I did is I copied that and I put it on a spreadsheet separately from this. So I was able to kind of drag down, count my temples instead of doing the 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's. I mean, it was easier to maneuver on a Excel spreadsheet doing it that way.
Okay. And I see where Jose just posted that link in the Hangout, chronological link. Okay, that's great. So does anyone have any hints, or has anyone had any difficulties that they need questions answered for this? I haven't gone far enough yet to find out if I have any difficulties, so I'll just go along with whatever you guys say for now.
I have a question with these. When we open the template per se, there is these honor warnings and that screens. So are you hiding them? Do you hide them?
I just hide the comment. So I don't remove I don't remove anything, but because it was really hard to because I couldn't work around that. So I just hid the comment so that I could work around it. But the banner is still there.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I did. But it says there, don't edit, don't hide or move. And
I think it means the original banner. Don't remove or alter with that.
Like the red one? Like the red?
Is that that red one? Red honesty warning banner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I didn't know how to work around.
Yes, that's what I did too. But I just want to make sure that that's our intake, all of us, because there's no way that you can do it with that up front. Okay, that's just the question that I had.
Okay, great. Any other questions or comments, Matt or Jose?
I don't have it.
Okay.
Did any of you use the cumulative or try to use that cumulative formula, which is pretty much adding, because they suggested that, but you can really not use it. I tried to use it, but because we had to put the number of temples operating each year, it adds those two. So in order for us to use the cumulative formula, it would be for instance, we will put 1 on 1835, and then we will put 2 on 1846, or we will put another 1 here, and then you can kind of use the cumulative formula to add it up. Did
Oh.
any of you try to do it?
I didn't.
No? Okay.
No.
I just wanted.
What I've been doing so far is I'm just adding one as we go along and change 1 to 2 and have 2 go down until 3, 4.
Hmm.
So
That's what I did.
What is it? I'm sorry, I didn't get it.
Well, I wonder if well, I started out with 0, of course, and then
Uh-huh.
had a bunch of zeros, then 1. From 1836 down to 1845, it was just 1. And then 1846, I put 2
Mm-hmm.
until it went down up until about 1877 to change to 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's the how I did it.
But did you put 2 each year?
Yes, every
Yeah.
year.
Okay. Or like 2 and then 3 each year?
Yes.
Yes, that's how I ended up doing it. But because it was a suggestion, even though we haven't been taught how to use it, I Google it, the cumulative formula.
Mhm.
And because it was suggested, but it didn't work for me because I end up with like 400 and some temples. But I think it is because we are repeating like year after year, putting the same number because those are the operating temples throughout those years. That's why it didn't work. But I just was wondering if anyone had tried it.
All right.
Okay. What about your drafts? How do you guys do with your drafts? Any questions there?
Graphs.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't reached there yet.
Nope. I was good with my graph. So
Did you put it at the end or did you put the graphs in the beginning?
I think it said to put them on a separate worksheet.
Correct, but I mean, so we have 3 separate sheets.
Yes.
So did you leave it at the end?
Oh
So-
yeah, I did
okay.
it as like sheet 3.
Like
so
a
I
third
have
sheet?
sheet 1, sheet 2, and then I have my graphs on sheet 3.
On 3. Okay, yeah, that's what I did.
All right. Well, what I would recommend as well is that you name the sheets instead of sheet 1 and sheet 2. You give them meaningful names. I think the sheet 1 could be called number of temples dedicated while presiding or something like that. That's not too long. And sheet 2 would be total operating temples, stuff like that.
Yes.
So at a glance, you can have an idea. You could call sheet 3 graphs.
Yeah, I think it was pretty easy, this project,
Yeah.
compared to the other ones that we have done.
Yes, I think that the most tedious part would be the research, eh?
Yes, that's pretty much. And the counting. Yeah. I had to count like 2 times because I'm like, that doesn't look good on the numbers per se. And we don't have another meeting this week, right? Because we don't have another project.
Right. So
Yeah,
I only
that
have
was
this
one.
meeting.
Yeah, because we have the exam, I assume.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Has anyone started working on the exam yet?
Actually,
Nope.
no. Not at all.
Okay. Well, for those of us who haven't completed MP4 yet, let's get that out of the way between tonight and tomorrow and start working on exam 1 right away. Then we'll see how it goes. So I don't think we need to hang out for much longer if nobody has anything more to say or questions to ask.
Okay.
Are we all good?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, guys. Thank you.
All right, let's make sure that I know how to save this now, Kristen. I'm gonna click.
I think we all had to try it and make sure that it works.
Yes, we'll all
So just hit stop broadcast.
Yes.
And it will take it back.